the Shell Shack. Glad you were all able to make it back. Hope everyone's doing well. And so I thought for today's project, I know I said I wasn't going to do any more magic pour for a few days, but I got in these awesome DTF stickers. These are from Amazon. And look at the scenes on these. So this is the one I chose for today. But look at how gorgeous that is. It is stunning. So I love the turquoises and the blues in this. So that's the one we're going to use. And here's the other ones that came in the same pack. I mean, just beautiful. Beautiful. Ooh, 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 ooh. That one's a good contender. And we'll stick with our original one. But look at that. That reminds me of Hanauma Bay in Hawaii. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. And those are the stickers that we got from Amazon. And after seeing them, I had to do something with them. Like, it was a moral imperative. Had to be done. So, what I thought we would do, since last video, or if you guys saw the mountain pot thing, I guess that was last video, I forgot to put the glass in it. So I got all the way through and I was like already pouring and doing the lid and all that, and then I realized I did not put the pieces of the crushed glass mirror in there. So duh me. So I thought, well, let's do a redemption and we'll do it for this one. So once this tray, so this is the tray mold I chose. Okay, and once you turn it over, I'm going to put the sticker in like that inside the tray and probably do a coat of UV resin or something on top. Maybe just a thin coat of 4-hour fast cure on top to seal all this in. But we're going to do that. And then all of the edges and where the sticker does not cover, which is kind of cool because these stickers have an irregular edge, so you don't have like a solid line that you got to deal with. So what I thought is that's where we can polish out the magic pour and bring out this crystal. So I brought out my clear crushed glass. So it's hard to see through that container. So there you go. So it's got little mirror pieces and just glass. It looks like you crushed a mirror up or something. And then I also found in my stash these guys. And I thought, how pretty does that go with our waves and stuff? So those will be the glass pieces that we put in our magic pour. And then when we polish it, some of this bluish green and then some of the clear will come out and shine. I thought that'd be kind of neat. And then maybe do a washi tape around the edge. And the only colors we're going to add in this time are 2 mica powders. So one's kind of a greenish color, the other is this color changing blue. And we're just going to do a sprinkling of the mica powders. Remember, mica does not mix with magic pour, so you get like little streaks and little things, but I wanted it really subtle because I wanted the sticker to take the show. I thought that would look really cool in a little tray. So let's get into it. And I already got my water out. I already got my magic pour out. I'm hoping this is enough magic pour, because if it's not, you guys aren't going to see this video until my next shipment comes in. So we'll make sure not to put too much water in, and we'll make sure that we do this right, because this is it. All right, so I'm going to put the sticker off to the side so we don't get dust all over it, and flip this guy back over. I'm going to just do a quick little tape. This is just blue painter's tape, and I always keep like a little roll of it off to the side, stuck to my little cap or shelf. And I use this until the sticky dies, and then I just pull out another piece. And it keeps me from shedding into the molds, or Willie to shed into the molds. And so tonight I am camping out in the Shell Shack. I decided that so last night I have 7 cats and 2 dogs. Well, I have 1 dog and Grant has Parker. So last night, no one could get comfortable. No one could get like settled in, because I had a cat fight going on over my head. I had Parker that couldn't decide whether or not he wanted to be up on the bed or if the cats were disturbing him a little too much. So he was restless. And like my small cat, which we call small cat, he's a little white trouble, little batch of trouble. He decides that he wants to run a rampage and have the zoomies at 3 o'clock this morning. So between all of that going on, I said, you know, I'm going to go camp out in the shell shack tonight. Originally, I was going to be at my camp this weekend. But with getting over that crud and stuff, I just decided it'd be best not to be around people quite yet. So I hung back and been spending time with you all. So there's our, I'm making sure, always make sure you get all the lumps out of the bottom. I didn't put too much water in it this time. Look at me. It's almost like I'm getting better at this or something. I don't know. So I'm going to put in, I'm just tapping in some green into this. Let's see if I can do this. I'll try to do it above so you can see better. So I'm tapping in some green. Okay. And now let's do some blue. And I'm going to use my little scooper for this. Or a little stick. Just scoop some of this out. That's such a pretty color. This is Chameleon Powder Interference Blue. It's a set I got off of Temu. So, and this one is my small tongue mica powders blue green. So we're just gonna kind of get this mixed in, and it really, like I said, it doesn't dissolve. So I think got a lot of green going on. Let's do a little bit more. I don't want to use up a whole lot of this powder, but and this is why I don't use mica powders to pigment my magic pour, because you don't get, it doesn't really mix in per se, and you know, you're gonna have to use a lot of mica powder to get even a color showing through. But for this, since I want it white, and I didn't want it just stark white, I wanted it subtly colored, I thought mica powder was the way to go for this round. So let's get around these edges first. And then we'll cross our fingers that we have enough. Oh my gosh, like literally this amount of magic pour was the perfect amount for this tray. I couldn't, if I went any bigger, it wouldn't have been enough. Holy cow. You know, we're back to that dog and that sunshine again. In case you guys didn't see, a couple videos back, I actually got a measurement right. Because if you've watched any of my videos, you know me and measurements don't get along. And I said, you know, I got a measurement right. And I said, you know, sun shines on a dog's, you know, just on occasion. Of course, my husband had to comment about it. So it has to do with sunshine and a dog's rump. You guys figure it out. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm taking this pop stick and I'm going to go around. You know what I didn't do again? I don't know. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Let's get crazy. This I didn't add. I was so busy chatting with you all. I almost didn't do this again. So let's do that. I won't worry about the edges going down these sides. I won't worry about getting it into there because I was going to put a washi tape around the edge anyway. I kind of have some cool beachy washi tapes that I think will look cute with those. But what I am doing is I'm trying to get these ooh, that was a big clump of mica powder right there. Trying to get these little pieces to sink to the bottom, so that way when we flip this over and we go to sand it down, we actually get our glass pieces to show. Or this was all for naught. That was in a movie too. All for naught. I don't know. Maybe it was on a History Channel show I watched or something. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I will tell you though. So be careful of what shows you put on as you're going to sleep. Too. I let my YouTube run amok last night, or night before last, because last night I hardly slept. But I let my YouTube just run amok, and somehow it wanted to play airline disaster, like Mayday disaster shows, a lot, and somehow that incorporated into my dream, and not good. Just why? Okay. All right, guys, so we're back, and we are going to demold our piece, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna flip it. Ooh, I can see interesting things happening. Pretty things. You can see through the mold. So I'm gonna flip it so I can pull up the edges while holding the bottom. That way I'm not manipulating this too much. And then let's see what we ended up with. Let's see. One thing I love about these molds is they are so easy to demold. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at the pattern. That is so cool. Okay, and this is nice and thin, or smooth rather. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to sand this down a little bit, and for part of it I'm gonna have to take it over to my sink, but I will get it started with you all on screen so you can see what it looks like. And I'm just pulling out a couple of little pieces of sandpaper. So I got a sanding block, and I got a spray bottle with water in it and paint all over it apparently from our last project. So let me make sure you guys are able to see this. And now see the watermark? That's this thing's still sweating water off. So it's going to do that for a while, and once it's done doing that, we will seal this. And but we seal the top, we leave the bottom, we let the bottom sweat out all this water, and then we seal the bottom at the very end after a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be using this corner of this sanding block, and as you can see, I've abused the sanding block before. So I'm going to spray it with some water, and we are going to just lightly in little circles go round and round and round until we expose some of this glass. And it looks like we even got some glass on the rim too. That's good. And if I need to, I'll pull out a piece of paper towel. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that so we can kind of wipe as we go to see if we've exposed enough to be happy with it. I don't want to go too crazy, because you remember this was thin on the bottom, so we're not going too crazy here. Just nice little roundies. I won't sand this all with you so I don't bore you to death, but I at least wanted to show you the process. So I'm just hitting this rim because I do see that we do have some glass pieces that did end up down in our rim area, so I just want to hit those. Might as well, if they're there, let's expose them, right? At least the rim's not as thin. And using the water with this just keeps it from the dust from going everywhere. So that's nice. I think we're good on that side. I'm not worried so much about the middle because we're going to be covering that up with the sticker. So now let's do this side and see what we got. Okay, a few little glass pieces on the rim. We might as well expose. Yeah, Magic Pour sands very easily, so you don't have to get too wild on it. Don't go ham on it or nothing. Don't need to. It sands really easy all by itself. And let's see. Looks like, let's see. Looks like I need to get into these little corners and okay, a little into that corner. And I guess I ended up bringing you guys along for this whole ride, but this doesn't take very long at all, so if you get bored of me sanding, just fast forward. I won't be upset, I promise. It's kind of satisfying seeing the glass come up through, though. I will say, it's satisfying to do and it's satisfying to watch. Okay, let's get this side a little bit. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. There's a little piece right here I want to expose. A little mirror piece. If they're there, we might as well show them, right? Okay, I think that's good. So I am going to go rinse this out and dry it off, and the next step is just sealing it. So I will see you guys back after it's all sealed. All right, see you in a few. All right, guys, so there we have it. It's been sealed, dried, and polished. So I'm trying to see if the light will reflect off of that for you all so you can see it. So that's how the mirror and the glass looks when you put it into Magic Pour. I got the sticker ready to go. It's gonna sit right in there like that. And I'm just hoping it's not too busy. But we're gonna go for it. What the hey? What the hey? So with these stickers, I also mixed up a little bit of resin. This is 40 mils with a tiny bit of shiny white mica powder. That just gives us a little bit of sparkle, so that's already mixed and ready to go. That's why I had the gloves on. But to do this sticker, we are not going to wear gloves. These stickers are something else. Alright, so we're gonna, first we have to peel the back off. And I'm gonna try to do this. I might need a sharp knife to get underneath this mid layer here. Let's see. Let's get a sharp knife out. Sometimes it helps get a, because I don't really have fingernails, so. Okay. All right. So there we go. Take that back off. Now once this goes down, it's down, so you got to make sure you know exactly where you want it. And I believe our position was right about here. And I got a little tool out, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to, this is to keep smooth it out like you would be applying vinyl, and it keeps the bubbles from taking over. And I might have to tilt this up on occasion just to double check if I have bubbles. And just go real slow and easy down here. I might be able to do it just with my finger. That way I could feel around too. Okay. Just back and forth. Don't go at an angle too much. Just nice up and down. When the sticker is on, it is stuck. So it is, you will play all Billy you know to get it off once it's down. Okay, there we go. And one more smooth over, and now we're going to flick up our clear. Oh, come on now. Stick. Stick. It's being fussy. No. No. You guys ever have that really stubborn vinyl? If you've done Cricut stuff, you have really stubborn vinyl that just no matter what you do, does not want to stick. Yeah, it's kind of like that right now. It's being that way. I'm going around the sticker edge with this tool. Really giving it some pressure. Mind you, this is not the top of the sticker. All you're doing, if you put any scratches on it or anything, all you're doing is putting scratches on the top clear layer. So, before anybody freaks out on me, and this edge, I'm just playing all kinds of hell with. Uh-oh. Sorry, YouTube, I used the HE double hockey sticks word. Just going very slowly. And then I'll go over this again with my fingers. So I know that all of these little side bits are all on there. And once you get it started, it's not too bad. I think it didn't like where the glass and the mirror on the edges are. It didn't like that too much. But once if I started in the middle, solid. So there we go. So there's our piece so far. Very nice, very nice. And now I'm gonna put back on my gloves, and we are going to finish this puppy out here. I did not put this through my vacuum chamber, this resin, and I did not do it because there's a reason. We can actually use a butane torch on this. We're not in the mold anymore, so you never want to use a butane torch in a silicone mold. You run the risk of fusing the mold to the resin, so we don't want to do that. Put that stick off to the side because I'm going to use a spatula if I need to get in there. And we're just going to pour this right over everything. because I don't know when this tray finds its forever home, I don't know what the person is going to use it for. But I'm thinking like something in a bathroom where you put your, you know, your little toothpaste holder or whatever. I don't know. You really can't put food on it because we're coating this in resin, and this is not food grade resin, which is kind of a controversial topic in and of itself to get because resin is no resin is really food safe. I mean, if it touches it and you pick it up, it's okay, but it's not something, oh, you want to put like chips and dip in it or anything, which I don't know why you do that in this tray anyway, but you know, to each their own, right? But yeah, you don't want to put food in this, but if you put like your soap, or you could put all different kinds of things. So I want to make sure that this is the sticker is completely sealed down. It is a waterproof UV resistant sticker, but you know, especially where these little glass edges are, stuff can get down into those, and it'd be harder to clean. So I figured, you know, we'll just give it a good coating and seal everything in nice. Okay. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is clean off my tool here. Might as well do it while we're thinking about it. And we're gonna get out another tool. Just gonna use this little tool here to spread this all the way out to the edge. Try not to go up the edge. I just want to go down to the edge. And make sure we're all nice and even. Yeah, I didn't want to put too much resin in this because I didn't want to fill up the tray, you know. Just a thin coating. I'm hoping I've got enough though. How you know if you have enough resin in your piece, if you're doing something like this, is if it pulls away from the sides after you've touched the sides with the resin and you let it sit and it starts pulling away from the sides. That's how you can tell you don't have enough resin on your piece. Or you get like what are called fish eyes, but I mean, I guess they look like fish eyes, but actual fish eyes in resin comes from a different source. But that's what it looks like. It looks like you have a hole in your resin, and that's another way to tell. So I'm hoping that we got enough in here. I think we do. It's just going to be a very fine, thin coat. And this is a 4-hour fast cure, by the way, if I didn't mention that before. As you guys can tell, I use my 4-hour fast cure for most projects, unless we're pouring like critters, or unless we like doing like our baby seal in one of the last videos. I don't use it on those because obviously they're way too deep. And even the critter molds, like the small critter molds, sometimes 4-hour fast cure will flash cure on you in those. So I don't tend to use it in those at all. I stick to like just the regular normal resin. Okay. Alright, I think I got it coated all the way around the edge. I'm going to let resin do what it does and self-level. Clean off my little tool here. Might need it again, but we'll have it handy just in case, but it'll be clean. And now I'm going to get out my little torch. Pop bubbles. Now the little micro bubbles will come up over time, so I'll probably babysit this for a little bit, and as I see like little bubbles come up, I'll just hit it with the torch real quick. And you can do that up into the point where your resin's just too sticky to care anymore. Yeah, it's hard to see from where you guys are looking, but it looks like the top of a glass of Coke with just the tiniest little fizz on the top. That's what it looks like, and they're just little micro bubbles. And I don't want to spritz this with alcohol because, you know, me and top coats don't get along some days, and it's been that kind of week already, so let's not tempt fate. And I see a little spot needs a little encouragement right there. Yeah, and don't stay on one particular spot too long, because what can happen is you'll scorch your resin. Sometimes that'll turn it yellow, especially if you have like a whitish pigment in it. It'll turn yellow on you, so you don't want to hit it for too long. Like if it starts smoking, that's too long. You could probably get away with it once or twice, but don't push your luck. At least I don't push my luck. My luck is not that good. Anyways. And my luck is so bad, if I ever won the lottery, I'd probably owe all of it back in taxes. And then plus some, because they'd want to still charge me more. So that's my luck. I don't win raffles. I don't win at bingo. I mean, I am not the person you take to Vegas to say, hey, let's go win some stuff, because, you know, good luck charm kind of thing. No, that's not me. That spot is still there, and I'm wondering what it is. It's a little patch that just didn't want to smooth out on me. Okay, so I think after some babysitting, this will come out good. We're going to let this cure up, and this project will be done, and I'll turn it right side for you guys so you can see it. So I think we're good, and we're going to let this sit overnight and do its thing. All right, guys, so come back. We'll do a final reveal and finish this guy out. It's a super simple project today. All right, bye now. See you later. Hey all, so we are back, and we have finished our little tray with its last coat of UV resin. So there we go. That's how it came out. Very nice. I might do one more thin coat, but I'm not going to haul you guys through that. There's just a couple like little spots where the glass was a little bumpier on the edge, but otherwise everything came out really nice. Came out really pretty. So there we go. There's our really pretty tray. And there's the glass, and see if I can get a little shine on it there. Yeah, so that came out really nice. Like I said, there's just like a couple of spots where, you know, the sticker went over the little glass pieces, and so there's a little bit of a bump there. And then over here it did the same thing, but the middle is perfectly fine. And then like I just want to give it one more very thin coat to call this done. And I think I was debating on whether or not to do the washi tape, to be honest. Let me see. I'll pull out my washi tape and I'll show you. This video is pretty short so far, so let's take a look-see. Let's take a looky-loo. Oh, of course, you know, I would know exactly where my washi tape is any other day, except now, when I need it. Oh, and guess what? We are filming using the brand new camera. Yay. So far, I'm loving it. So we'll have to see how it works for the long haul, but I'm loving it so far. So anyway, this is the tape. It's a little seashells, and it would go right along there. But I think with this, and then if I put that with it, I think it's just too much. So if I didn't do the glass and I just did the sticker, I would be okay with that. Or if I just did the glass and no sticker, I'd be okay. But I think with the kind of the busyness going on here, I think it's best just to leave the sides the way they are. I think that's fine. I don't want to go overboard. Sometimes too much is just exactly what it sounds like. It's too much. So anyways, guys, that's this video for us, and something a little different. So using the new camera, very excited. Thank you, Mikey. And I want to remind you all to, if you like the video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. And I'm not going to tell you to hit that notification bell, because you know what? We get notified about too much crap anyway in our day. I'm not going to be an extra thing to bing at you when a video goes up. So don't hit the notification bell. Just come back and look for us. We'll be back together. I'm shooting for every other day or every day, somewhere in that zone, and eventually I think it'll settle out. So, you know, as I figure it out, we'll figure it all out together. If you guys have ideas, or if you say, nope, every other day is fine, or that's too many, or whatever, throw it down in the comments, and I'll sure take that into consideration. I don't want to overwhelm anyone. I'm not trying to drive you crazy. We're all going to end this to have fun. So anyway, with that, guys, good night from the Emerald Coast, and I hope you have all had a blessed day and a blessed Labor Day holiday. Bye now. See you next time.